Well, hey there everybody, Aaron here. Welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today, I'm excited to show you a brand new sharpening system from WorkSharp. This is their guided sharpening system, or GSS. That's what I'll refer to the rest of the review as the GSS. Now, this is what's really cool is, from time to time, I participate in what's called the Gauntlet. It's about 10 different channels with all sorts of different perspectives and abilities, and we throw pieces of gear to those 10 channels, and each person reviews it, and so you get to really see over the long haul how an item holds up. I recently threw in the GERBER strong arm, used and abused that thing through 10 different channels with 10 different guys, really using it and putting it through tasks that I never thought that knife would be able to handle, and it did. So that's been really cool to kind of, from time to time, I'm able to participate in that. Well, what's awesome is that WorkSharp, instead of sending one item and then for 10 of us to work on it over time, it might get worn out or whatever, because of this being a sharpening system, they decided to send one to each of about these 10 channels, myself included, to get a full review so that all 10 of us could really get a real good feel for this new sharpening system. So today, I'm going to be able to show you what this GSS, guided sharpening system from WorkSharp, is able to do for you. I have a couple blades that we're going to test out. I've had a chance to resharpen about a dozen blades on this, and I got to tell you guys, I think you're going to really dig what WorkSharp is producing now with their diamond stones and a guided sharpening system. So with that being said, let's go ahead, jump to it. I'll show you a couple different blades, a couple different things that we're going to do, just show you some basic stuff on what I've used this for and how I have seen this really do some things that other sharpeners can't do. And then we'll wrap it up with my final thoughts. All right, so I want to show you not only the two tools that we're going to be sharpening today. We have the Tops Knives Anaconda 7B. This is a very large knife with a 1/4 inch thick spine. We got a recurve, and we got some chip damage down at the tip that we're going to show you how this sharpening system can take care of. And then for the serrated portion, we have here the Leatherman OHT with a fully serrated blade that we're going to look at as well. So those are the two items we're going to be testing and resharpening. Now, I've done quite a lot more than this, but this is just for this video. Now, when you purchase the GSS kit alone, just the GSS kit, that's going to run you $60, and this is what you're getting. You're getting this full ceramic setup that we're going to look at here. You get 2 diamond-coated stones, and these diamond-coated stones are 1 1/4 inches by 6 inches. So that's the dimensions. And the coarseness on them, you're going to get a fine and a coarse. The fine one is going to be 600 grit, and the coarse is going to be 320 grit. So those are the two different grits on there, and then the platform that those magnetize to, and then the plate that they rest in. So we're going to walk through all of that. But that's $60. Now, what was also sent to me on top of just the GSS kit is the upgrade kit. So let me show you what the upgrade kit comes with. All right, so the upgrade kit is an extra $35, but as you're about to see throughout this video, I think it's well worth the price. I would highly recommend picking it up. It's worth the extra 35 bucks because this is what you get. You're going to get a coarse stone that is even coarser than the original that comes with the GSS, and that's going to be 220 grit. So that's going to be very coarse. Then you have an extra fine stone, which is going to be 600 grit, and then you get a leather strop. And if you've been watching the channel, I'm really digging leather strops lately, and that comes with a compound of 0.5 for the compound grit. So a lot of extra features for that extra $35. So for everything that we're going to be looking at here today, this entire system, we're talking 60 bucks for the GSS system, and then we're talking $35 for the upgrade kit. So I'll refer to that back and forth. But basically what you're looking at is a sharpening system worth about $100. And as you're about to see, I think it's well worth that price point. All right, so now that I've shown you not only the GSS, but then the upgrade kit and the two differences there, I just want to kind of show you what we're going to be doing and how you set this up and what the actual GSS system has to offer you. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working on the Anaconda's chip. So because I got the upgrade, I'm going to go with the 220 grit coarse, extra coarse stone. So this is the platform for your stones, and it has a magnet with 2 little pegs that just seat really nice into place, magnetized to your diamond-coated stone. Sits real nice into place there. And these are just going to rest right here on the platform. Now, the platform has a lot to offer you. On the bottom here, it has 4 kind of plastic rubberized feet that are really going to grip your countertops and tables well. The one thing that I wish they would have added were some holes that they could have screwed bolts into if I wanted to, and screw it and mount it to like a workbench or something like that. There's not that option. That would have been nice to have, but these feet do a really good job of gripping really well. Then you have these guides, and that's one thing that WorkSharp is really known for, is helping people with guides for those particularly who are just starting out with sharpening. So what this has are these plastic ramps here at 17 degrees, and if you want to rotate them, because they are rotatable, 20 degrees. And they lock into place with a little magnet, seat really nice. And so the point of that is that you rest your blade right there on that ramp, and that gives you that 20 degree or 17 degree angle that you need to do your sweep. So that's real nice that they offer that. And what I really like as well is that you can totally take these off, because as your skills improve, you may not really need these down the line. For those of you just starting out in your sharpening skills, it's a great little feature, but as you go on, or you just eyeball it, because for me, and I'm by no means a sharpening wizard at this point, I'm getting better all the time, but there's always room for improvement. But I usually don't use these guides. But for those of you who feel like you need those guides, and back a year or two ago, I definitely needed these. And then as your talent and skill improves, you can remove them completely. You don't have to use them at all if you so desire. So that's really nice to have. So that's some of the main features about it. But then this is the last piece of the puzzle. And actually, before I forget, just want to show you as well these really nice. This is all heavy duty. This is very heavy, weighs a lot. Nice either steel or aluminum rods here. They got Allen heads, so you could totally take this all apart if you needed to fix something, or something wasn't working quite right. You could do that. So that's really nice. So now that it's seated there, that's all great, but there's an extra feature that this system, the GSS system, offers you that I've never seen before on a diamond stone platform sharpening system like this, that really adds something special to, and really increases the ability to really touch up and resharpen your blades. Okay, so the feature on this that really sets it apart is that it has the ability to rock from side to side about 10 or 15 degrees. And what that does is, as you're sharpening your knives, and right now I'll be throwing in footage of having already previously sharpened the Anaconda, of what that does is really allows the very tip of your blade to connect all the way through and have the diamond coated stone touching the tip of your blade all the way through that belly, which is fantastic and really great. And really, because there's always this issue of having to resharpen that last like quarter inch of your blade right there at the tip, particularly knives with a lot of belly. And this offers that with that rocking system, because it just sits there and just rocks back and forth, and you're able to connect and really get out all the little chips and burrs. And that chip that we had on the Anaconda was at the very last quarter inch of the blade, and I was able to use that rocking system to really get that last sweeping motion, which is fantastic, guys. So I really love that. That really sets this apart and really connects that all, so that the entire length of your blade is getting contact with those diamonds and reprofiling or resharpening or moving out chips. So that's awesome. But for those of you that either don't want that, and you think it might be gimmicky, I don't think it is. I think it's awesome, and I've seen it really work well on several of the knives I've resharpened. But maybe you don't like that, or you have a Tanto blade or something like that that doesn't have a belly that you need to worry about that. They offer a locking feature. This little bar just slides into place. Now it's solid and will not rock. So that's an extra feature. They've thought about every single thing with this system. I really like it a lot. They've thought through it really well. So it's locked into place now. It's not going to rock from side to side. Then you unlock it and it starts to rock and follow the sweep of your blade. So that is just an awesome feature, and I love that aspect of this WorkSharp. So throughout that whole sharpening process for the Anaconda, after we used the extra course that came again with the upgrade kit, that 220 course grit, was fantastic. Got the chip completely out of the edge. So then we wanted to go to ceramics, and I want to show you the ceramic rods here. And first off, just the main ceramic portion here is real nice. They give you a fine, you rotate it, they give you a coarse, and then they give you tracks for fishing hooks if you need to do that. And what's great is it just clicks right into place, boom, and then you're ready to go. And I was able to get a really nice fine edge back on that Anaconda after having, you know, reprofiled a little bit and completely removed that chip. Using this, and the ceramic rods, because they give you coarse and fine, will also be great for really heavily recurved blades. Now this Anaconda has a slight recurve. It's not bad, but it is there. But for those of you that like kookaries and other blades that just have huge recurves in them, the ceramic rods will really work well with both the coarse and the fine to really do that reprofiling and touching up and taking out chips and burrs that you may need to do with this system. So that's fantastic. And then finally, after we did that, we went back to the leather strop, and the leather strop worked great. And that's what's awesome. Again, with the upgrade kit, I'm just going to keep referring to that. If you're going to buy this system, the GSS system, you really need to go with the upgrade kit as well. So you want to do both. Drop the $100. You won't regret it. So the leather strop was fantastic and really got a wicked edge back on this Anaconda. Finally, as well, just to show you on the other side here, you do have these two different sized ceramic rods, and these are for your serrations. And like the Leatherman that we have, you can pick the teeth, because this Leatherman has two different size teeth, and you can pick the right size, sharpen it about 10 times, then you go to the ceramic fine rod, the big larger one, stroke it back and forth to kind of get the burr off. Then you go back to the smaller teeth, the smaller rod, match them up, and you're able to really get a great edge back on it, guys. So I got to tell you, overall, I'm extremely impressed with this whole setup. And after having done about a dozen blades with this system, from high carbons to high quality stainless steels, I reprofiled an S35V steel blade. I mean, that's a really, you know, premium steel, but this whole system with the upgrade kit and the ceramic rods and the leather strop really outdid itself and really has performed fantastically well. All right, wrap up time on the GSS from WorkSharp. Guys, I got to tell you, after having done about a dozen blades on this thing, it's basically replaced all my other sharpening systems. It really has. I have the Spyderco Sharp Maker, which is great for maintaining your blades. It's got, you know, ceramic rods, and you can upgrade to the diamond stones if you want to, the diamond rods. But again, you're looking at like $75 if you get the diamond rods, and that only really maintains blades. You can't really reprofile, and you can't really take out damaged chips and things like that with the Spyderco Sharp Maker. So that kind of eliminates, you know, that. I have some awesome leather strops that I really love, but again, they're only going to touch up your blade, and you're not going to give you all the features that this has. Then I have some coarse diamond-coated stones that I use as well. So I've been kind of having this hodgepodge for a while, and what's great about this WorkSharp is that this GSS with the upgrade, if you get the upgrade kit, basically takes all of those other systems, slams it together, and gives it to you in a very compact and very portable and very useful setup. And on top of that, has that rocking again that just really, I really dig. It really helps me out a lot, getting that last little bit on the tip of the blade sharpened and taken care of, and I really like that idea. That's revolutionary to me, because none of my diamond stones do that, you know, so I'm constantly having to kind of work on that last little tip portion of it. And then for those of you who are just getting into sharpening, you know, you got the little ramps here that can help you guide, and if you don't want those, like myself, I can just take those off and just kind of eyeball it and do it by feel. So guys, I really hope that overall this review has kind of shown you what WorkSharp is producing with the GSS, and really points you in the right direction to basically a one-fit-all sharpening system. I think a lot of you are really going to be happy with this purchase, and it's really going to maintain a lot of tools for you: Leathermans, fixed blades, pocket knives, hatchets, axes, and your kitchenware as well. So guys, I would recommend this to anybody, and it's definitely my go-to sharpening system now. It really is, guys. I totally love this thing and totally digging it. WorkSharp, you did a fantastic job giving this to us. I mean, wow. Producing this, and thank you for throwing it in the gauntlet and letting all of us test this out. And you know, I'll have a link in the description below to the WorkSharp website, where they have a very simple tutorial on how to really use this. You know, I tried to give you a basic example and kind of just show you how it sharpens my knives and how I kind of do it. But they have a very clear, simple, concise, like 5-minute tutorial on how to really use this to the best of your ability. So I'll have a link in the description below, and you can also purchase it there, as well as Cabela's is carrying this, as well as I'm sure very soon Amazon, eBay, and a lot of the other websites. So down the line, I'm sure all those places will be carrying wearing it. And so guys, with this at $60, then the upgrade kit for right around $100 total. Highly recommended here. My go-to sharpening system now, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it's replaced of this hodgepodge of sharpening systems that I've had up to this point. So I really am glad for that. Guys, thank you as always for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. And as always, remember to stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.